Hey guys, how's it going? This is Hito. Thank you for your continuous support and thank you for downloading this episode. So, here's what happened. Ricardo and I recorded an episode about a week ago. We talked about Tenet and the devil all the time and cuties. But when I was about to upload it to my Google Drive, I accidentally deleted my audio file. It was a stupid thing. I don't know what I was thinking. My audio file is gone. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize to Ricardo for this fucked up mistake. But fortunately, Ricardo talked about Cuties on his own. He talked about it. I didn't see it, so I was just listening to him reviewing it. And lucky for us, I have his audio file, so I'm just gonna release him talking about Cuties for this episode. That's why I titled it as episode 42.5, because it's not a full episode. But yeah, I'm so sorry for this. I hope you enjoy listening to Ricardo talking about this movie, and I will be back with my review of Tenet. That will also be a separate episode, very short episode. But yeah, thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Okay, well, context. The reason why I watched this movie was because I was let's just say a person I know. I'm not going to mention who, but a person I know was complaining about it, saying I'm going to cancel my Netflix account for this pedophile movie. And I was like, "What are you on about?" And then I did research. I went on Twitter because I haven't been using Twitter, and it was this like cancel Netflix, cancel my subscription, and I was like, "What is the big deal about this?" So then I look up this movie. It's called Cuties, and I'm like, okay, what is it about? And the director, black woman of color, and I was like, okay, that's great. Points already. Her name is my Moana de Short de Corey. I don't know. I don't speak French. I'm so sorry. I don't know. There's 3 accent marks on her name. I speak Spanish, not French. I don't know. And it's about it's a movie that was like really popular at Cannes Film Festival. Like I'll read you in Berlin International Film Festival. Let me read it to you. It won the Generation Prize, the Crystal Bear, and then for Sundance, it won World Cinema Dramatic Competition with the Directing Award and Grand Jury Prize. So it's like, okay, this movie's well known. It's very well won. What's the problem about it, right? And I look it up. The movie is about like an 11-year-old girl from an Islamic family named Amy. She's from a strict background and from an Islamic family who are very strict on her life. Like they control every aspect of it. And she has little siblings, so they make her be part of everything involving Islam, and she's not a fan of it. She wants to be more inclusive in France because the movie takes place in Paris. They just moved there, and her mom is marrying someone new, so she's getting a stepdad. So she's looking for a way to escape that lifestyle. So she finds this dance crew that they call themselves the Cuties to kind of like find her group. Like every person in the high school or middle school, you find a group. Like you get the nerds, the jocks, you got that. Hers, she finds dancers, and it's like okay. The main problem where people are getting at is that the dance group, their inspiration for their dancing comes from a lot of like pop star artists who are very sexual. Like you could tell maybe it's inspired by Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, like that kind of style of dancing and music. And of course, to a lot of people, that's a major turnoff because, children and dancing very sexually is not a very cute thing to see. It's very, very upsetting, very uncomfortable. Some might say disgusting. They think Netflix is like funding a pedophile child ring. It's a bit out there. It's cuckoo, and people are like, "Oh, if you watch this movie, you're a pedophile," or if you like the arts are supporting this now. And it's like, I feel like they didn't watch the movie. So when I watched it, there's a lot of uncomfortable scenes. I will say that you're not supposed to watch and be like, "Yeah, I like this." You're supposed to watch and be like, "Oh my god, these kids don't know better." Like these are like 10, 11-year-old girls. It's like it's that troubling thing in art where it's like if you show it, does that mean you are promoting it? It's like, if you watch Schindler's List, does that mean you support Nazis? Someone could be like, well, they're showing Nazis being powerful and owning businesses and killing Jews. Does that mean you support it? It's like, yeah, although you are being shown the actual content, that doesn't mean you're projecting and allowing it to be exist. Like, you're not promoting it. Same thing with this film. You're not. It's more of a cautionary tale about what happens when kids don't know how to find their own group and how kids kind of sometimes lack the amount of childhood they have. Like, when kids were probably younger, like maybe when you were a kid, and definitely when I was a kid, getting information was a lot more tough than it was right now. Like, right now I could look up anything I want and there's like nothing to block me from watching it. Back then you had to like know it. You had to know it. Someone had to tell you, hey, I have this thing. What is it? It's a magazine called Playboy. It's like, what is that? This movie, the kids are exposed to that stuff through internet and recommendations and culture and such. And a lot of pop stars, in like pop culture, it's difficult because at one point in the movie, you have two extremes. You have the super chaotic and you could say left women, like girls, like they are very open. They are very like, yeah, we're very proud of who we are. We're very open with our not sexuality, but our femininity. Because it is a French film, so a lot of cultural customs are different over there. But then on the other extreme side, you have this Islamic family like wants to control every aspect of what a woman should be in the girl's life. And you kind of have to look at this film and think, do I want the extreme religious life for my daughter, or do I want the extreme chaotic, fashionable pop star life for my daughter? Because both sides deal with what is a woman, or what should a woman do when she's growing older. It's just a lot of it holds a mirror up to you and says, what does it mean to be a child now? Like, what does it mean to be a free kid who wants to make their own choices? Like, I'm not sure if should we give kids choices is a question. It's more like, how does our culture shape us into who we are, and why do we accept the things that we see today? Because there are things in this movie where I'm like, I would not let my daughter do that. Like, it's weird how people are very like critiquing about this film. Like, oh, I would never let my daughter dance like that or do that. But then you see like these child passion, what do they call it? Child pageants. And you see like shows like Dance Moms, where like they put a bunch of makeup on their kid, like, go dance, go be free. And they do dress like this in the movie. Like the movie, they do wear like very revealing clothing, which is supposed to make you uncomfortable. It just makes you think like, okay, why am I uncomfortable? Why do I not like this? A lot of cultures, and I would say in a lot of American culture, that's completely fine. It's acceptable for kids to be like that. Like, oh, it's fine. Okay, you do that. But then they were like, okay, go dance out there and go dance with the crowds. We want you to be famous. It's like, you're doing the thing that this movie's critiquing. Like, I don't know why the director is being criticized for something that she's critiquing that several cultures around the world are doing every day. It's just because you use kids for a very, very awkward and uncomfortable story, that doesn't mean she's promoting it. That you jump into conclusions. Maybe you think, why is she doing that? Not exploitation of children. Like that's a easy conclusion you could put on any movie.